90% of my trading strategy has not changed at all in the last 5 years. But to get to that stage where you're pretty much there, you're profitable, and you're just making fine little adjustments. Like you need to make fine little adjustments year to year because the market changes. But to get to that stage, it also took 5 years. So I've been doing this for an entire decade. I'm 29 years of age. I'm going to be 30 next year. And I started this back when I was 19, dedicated to the one thing of trading and investing. Now, here is an important lesson which I learned, which I wish someone came to me earlier and explained to me. It would have pushed me a lot faster and I will be a lot more successful than I am today. So that thing is every time like I would read a book about trading and all of that, and I would have a strategy and that strategy would make sense to me. And, I'd mess around a little bit with paper trading and all of that. So then I don't have any risk. I don't have, any actual skin in the game. I don't have any downside. But I'll be too quick to deploy money. And when I would deploy money, it would be too much. And then soon after, I would figure out that strategy, it doesn't work at all. But in the moment, after trading with the paper, and I feel like this is the best, like I literally feel like, boys, I'm onto it. I'm onto something that's going to make me a multi-millionaire. And I have that feeling, right? I have such confidence in myself. And I'm like, this is a foolproof strategy. How do other people not know about this? And so then I'd start trading with it with too much money, thinking to get rich quick. And then what would happen? It would turn out to be a loss. And yeah, people would argue, well, that is experience. You need to have experience with actual money, which is true, because trading with paper and trading with money, it's two completely different things. But the thing is, I should have traded with way less money. So this eventually led me on to understanding how to scale accounts. So whenever you have a trading strategy, or a business strategy or anything for that matter, what I like to do is, generally speaking, bring it way down. So start with paper. Once you're successful with paper, get in 20 to 30 trades and have the evidence there that this is a profitable strategy. Then once you do that, just deploy like $1,000 to the account and then split that up into, 10 trades at least. And then every time your trades win, just use that money. Right? Don't get a few like win streaks and then add in 10 grand just like that. So let it scale naturally. Use the profits from your previous trades to grow your account. And then if you can do it for a whole entire year or 2 years, then think about deploying larger capital like 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand, whatever it happens to be. But use an amount that is so small to you that if it does blow up, then it actually won't hurt you financially, won't really set you back. So over those first like 5 years of my career, I probably came across like literally 10 different strategies that in the moment, I thought they were groundbreaking and I thought they were the best. And what I wish I had done was get a piece of paper like this, write out the strategy, write out the business opportunity, write out the investment, make a little essay on it, like a one-page essay, and then right at the bottom say, I, Dylan Weston, or whatever your name is, I, Dylan Weston, believe this is the good shit. Like, this is the best. I think this is going to make me money. And then sign it. Now, get that, stick it on your wall, start trading with paper for a full entire year. And then what is going to happen is if you really have the mindset of continuous improvement, like if you look at something like Jiro Dreams of Sushi, it's a great documentary about sushi, but it's more about mastery and dedicating your life to a craft. If you have that mindset, you're going to look back at that piece of paper where you literally thought that's the best shit. You have it on your wall, so you look at it every single day. And then you're eventually going to have to come to a conclusion like, oh, damn, I hate that piece of paper and I literally want to just rip it up. I want to get rid of it, because you eventually get so smart that you look at your old self and realize like you really didn't know anything. So the big learning lesson as well is understanding what you know and understanding what you don't know. That is a very, very difficult concept to understand. So the big thing is just be patient. Wait it out. There is no rush. The average trader takes 7 years of dedication to just the one thing, just trading and investing. So that's the stats for you. And 99% of all traders, they give up within that 7 years. And I like to think about, I went to university for only 1 year. I dropped out in my second year. But what that taught me was I saw how hard people were working. And you can argue, some people aren't working that hard. But the mindset is, hey, To be smart at something, I probably have to do a master's degree, and that takes 6 years. So you got to have that mindset with trading. Yeah, you don't have an actual certificate that you can show, but you have to have the same level of dedication. Also, relating this to business, if you have like a great business idea, do the same thing, write it on a piece of paper, stick it on your wall, sign it, and then you have to look at your business idea. Do this experiment if there is a lot of downside, or it can lead to other issues like liquidity issues. Like I've seen a lot of people, they wanted to become, say, like a real estate investor. And there's nothing wrong with real estate. Property is a great asset. You just want to have assets in general. You want to have property, you want to have stocks, you want to have all of this stuff. But the one thing with property, which I don't like, is let's just say, hey, your mindset is, yeah, but I just need to jump in the game. I need to get experience so then I can do the next thing. And yeah, this first house, it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be a perfect investment. Yeah, that's true. But to a certain extent, imagine you execute that and then you find out 6 months later, you have a way better strategy that can make double the ROI than your previous strategy. And now you have to think about selling. And then what is the consequences of that? And what happens if it's not an up market? What happens if the property market's on a dip? The consequences can be way larger than you may first seem. And you have to account for the expenses, like the fees. The fees of real estate are really high. So that's why I really love starting with stocks, because you can have fractional shares. Like a lot of websites, they allow you to invest like literally just $10. So that's some food for thought. I've fooled myself way too many times in the past, and I wish I hadn't. I've wasted way too much capital. Yeah, I got some experience with that, but I could have literally used a quarter of the capital that I used on all of these ideas, and I could have way more money now.